today we're going to be language detectives. Look at this. In English, we call it a book. But why book? I have here another thing. It's a glass in English. But why do we call it a glass? In Cebuano, we call this as baso, and this one is called libro. But why do we call it that way? What's the connection between the sound libro in Cebuano and book in English, this object? And what's the connection between the sound glass in English and baso in Cebuano to this object? Yes, I guess you already have it in your mind, and later on, we are going to dwell more with it. And that is part of the fascinating nature of language. And what we'll be briefly exploring today is about the different nature of language. So these objects I have here, I am going to change its name. I will make a new name for this one, for these objects. For example, I will be calling the book Flippy, and this glass, I will be calling it Kabuk, and that will become our secret code. Then I will be asking you to please hand me the Flippy. You would know that what I meant to say or what I am asking is this book. And if I am going to say, oh please get the Kabuk, you would think that what I am asking is this glass. So you will associate the word Kabuk, which the new name I give for this, to this object. Okay, so if someone would ask me to hand this object and say, hand me the Flippy, I would get the book. And if someone would say, give me the Kabuk, I would hand him this glass. So that means to say, I am associating the new word or the new name I gave to this object to this particular object I have here. Okay, so do you have any questions? If there is none, then let us proceed. So what do you think about this association of words that we have here? So this shows us something crucial about language. It's largely symbolic and arbitrary. The sound we use to represent things don't inherently have to match the object itself. We agree as community to use certain sound of certain meanings. We have different names of things in our community which may be different from other community. For example, in Cebuano, we call langgam, or when we say langgam, we mean it as birds. But in Tagalog, when we say langgam, it is an ant. So therefore, we may be using the same term, but we associate it with different object, and meaning also changes. So think about when you were a baby. Do you automatically know why this is called libro in our language, Cebuano, and this one is called baso? No, you learned it from the people around you. You heard them say libro or book in English and glass or baso in Cebuano. You saw them interact with it, and you gradually connected the sound book and glass to these objects. Imagine if everyone in this room decided from today onwards that we would call this as Flippy and Kabuk. If we all consistently use Flippy to mean book and Kabuk to mean baso, eventually that would become the meaning for us. This highlights another key aspects of language. It is learned and culturally transmitted. We acquire the language of our community. Consider other languages spoken here in Cebu. What do you call this? this jar. So in English, we call it as jar. But in Cebuano, we call it garapon. And that might be different from the way the people from Luzon might be calling this. See? A completely different set of sounds of the same object. This further emphasizes the arbitrary and learned nature of language. So, in just a few minutes, we've seen that the words we use are essentially agreed upon symbols, and we learn these symbols from our environment. Think about how incredible it is that as babies, we manage to learn this complex system. Our brains are wired to pick up these patterns and makes these connections. This understanding of language as symbolic, arbitrary, and learned is fundamental to understanding how we acquire language in the first place. We're not born knowing these codes. We actively learn them through interactions and exposures. Alright, so to wrap up this activity, this was just a quick peek into the fascinating nature of language. There's so much more to explore. In our upcoming sessions, we'll delve deeper into the different theories that explains exactly how our brains achieve this amazing feat of language acquisition. Get ready to become even better language detectives. So thank you so much for your participation today. I hope that you learned something